It's so important to make sure you start off every day well. And that is why I'm starting one with a meat pie. Today's gonna be insane. We've got to tidy up the rest of the piping and the exhaust. Then it's dyno time. Let's do this. So we're straight in it today. We've got Usher going in the background. Sammy's already welding up the hot side, finishing that up. And I'm on sorting out the fuel system. So we're gonna get the other adapter and everything, get these lines all in there, test and pressurize the whole thing. But we're looking good, guys. And then all we gotta do is the downpipe. So close. I know a lot of you guys have been saying like you felt like the last few videos were rushed, and that's really like the truth of what's been happening. I am under immense pressure to try and get everything done on time for the drift event on Sunday and still have enough time to spend time with my parents, catch up with friends and things like that. So yeah, things are gonna be a little bit rushed. We're trying to make 400 horsepower in 2.5 days. Is this your new toolbox? Could you order a bigger one?
Possibly. They did have 82-inch ones, but I don't think it would fit in Aoba.
Wow, that looks huge. Got to go out and switch some parts and get the right ones that I need. And this is my whip while I'm here and I can't drive the Skyline. Semi's old Ute. Does all right actually. It's a little like 2-liter turbo diesel. Look at that. Coal life, man, burning coal. Things are starting to turn out really good. I'm not entirely sure what these guys are doing. This looks really weird. But we got the fuel system all sorted out. I didn't end up needing to get another adapter. What we did was we lobbed that whole section off and bead rolled the fuel line and then was able to just put the inlet fuel hose over that, if that makes sense. I'm confusing myself. They're still going at it. There we go. So we just got to put the coupler on there, then all of the intercooler piping's done. Just keep in mind as well that all of this intercooler piping is pretty much getting replaced with one of our forward-facing inlet manifolds, probably the next time we work on this. So that's why it's just kind of, we just threw it together as quick as we could, and we just used whatever we had lying around. We went with the 3-inch instead of like 2.5 and made it perfect. But yeah, overall, starting to come together. Just got to do the downpipe now. Okay guys, so it's currently like 12:37. Semi's working on the exhaust dump pipe. I have a little bit of a coolant leak issue. Seems like the copper gasket rings here, I'm not sure if the camera's going to focus and see this too well, but on the banjo belt the copper rings are not sealing. And I've tried tightening them, tried pretty much everything, so I'm going to take them off and see if we can get some thicker ones from the auto parts store. But I'm really starting to stress because I've already like disassembled and taken those lines off twice now to try and get it to seal. So hopefully new copper rings or gaskets or crush washers, whatever they're called, that will help. Normally you're only supposed to use them once anyways. Once you tighten them up, you're supposed to throw them in the bin. So hopefully that's just what it is. It's just because I tightened and loosened them too many times. We'll go get some new ones and try it out. Look at this lovely mess that I've made. Far out, all because of some crappy crush washers. All right, let's go get some new ones. So it's time for a little update, and if you can see behind me, you can probably tell things haven't gone well with sealing these banjo bolt lines. So we're gonna get a metric adapter and we're gonna just completely put these in the bin because they're just causing too much problems. We've tried multiple new copper washers. I've even tried double stacking copper washers, which is just you're not supposed to do. And it still wouldn't seal. So we're just going to the metric adapter, straight to the AN line, into the block and everything. Fingers crossed that fixes everything, because if we can't get this fixed, we are not getting to the dyno today. This is what I keep explaining to people. They're like, oh, you know, yeah, you do all this, it should only take you 8 hours. I'm like, that's right. Like, we could have done all of this in 8 hours if we didn't run into a single problem. Running into problems like this, I've spent 3 hours alone, and I've drained the coolant system 10 times, refilled it just to find leaks. So I have no words. Anyways, I'm gonna try and get these adapters. I am so happy right now. We got what we need. Okay, so I want to show you guys this adapter and how it works. So previously we were using the banjo bolts, and these are from the old Nissan Turbo here. This thing goes in, and yeah, you know what a banjo bolt is. This new one just screws straight into the turbo, and then we have these nice AN elbow lines that come off that. Now, put a bit of thread sealant on that. I'm trying to do this all one-handed. Line the hole up. There we go. And in she goes. Now we have these beautiful AN barbs on the end here that we can then just put right angles on that will then go straight into our water lines. No more copper washers, no more worries. Good to go. So yeah, so this is a banjo bolt, and essentially this goes in through there, and that bolts into the turbo, and it's just a bad time, very bad time. So we got all of that sorted, thank God. We'll put those nice AN line elbows on there now. I'll tighten them down first and good to go. It is time. It is time. I have a friend here. This is Cal. I didn't tell him he was going to be in the video, so he's a little bit surprised. But we are going to try starting the R34. I don't know what it's going to do because there's not much stuff hooked up, but let's give it a go. I can't get over how easy it was for that thing to start up right away. I'm going to put the wideband in there, and what we're then going to do is I'm going to dial in the injectors and everything and get everything like kind of setting right. We're going to see what we can organize for dyno, because obviously we've missed the dyno that I had booked for this afternoon, and we had to cancel that because we just weren't going to make it. But there's a chance of doing it later tonight after hours or tomorrow sometime. So let's finish off the exhaust and then we're done. It really kind of pains me to do this, but angle mod life. Now, if we go all the way in, once we get some weight on that, there we go. We got some clearance. Whoop whoop. Okay, so the progress on the car has kind of been a bit slow today and a little bit yesterday as well. And that's mainly just because of all the other things that we've had going on and really tedious little tiny issues on the car, like especially that water leak issue. That drove me crazy. We got those fittings in there which fixed everything up, not a single leak. I only did it once. So, you know, it's really good to get stuff fixed like that. But at the same time, that was like 3 to 4 hours that I spent trying to sort that out, that we could have done on exhaust and things like that. But anyways, let's do an update where we're at. So the car is currently in the air. All we need to do is mount the oil cooler back up and in here with the front bar. The exhaust is pretty much all done. Semi's just finishing up the last few welds on it over here now. Nice 3-inch exhaust coming there off the back of the turbo. So that'll all be bolted up. And the best news of it all is I spoke to my new friend at a company called Advanced Auto just around the corner from us, who has an amazing dyno room, and he said that he is willing to meet me at his workshop at 8 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to dyno tune the car there. So I am super excited that we've been able to make everything come together so that we can do this. Fingers crossed that we don't have any more little issues, and everything will be okay. So I guess now, in all honesty, it's turned into 400 horsepower in only 3 days. But if we were to take out all the time that we didn't work on the car, you know, while we were working on customers' cars and things like that, and if it was just me and Sam, we would have had this thing, and no little issues, we would have had this thing done in like a day. Like, in all honesty, all the mods that we've done, if you've just got you and a friend and you know what you're doing, you'd have all of this done in a day. Anyways, I cannot wait to just get this thing running and tuned and finished and on the ground. It's been way too long and I need to de-stress, but I think tomorrow, fingers crossed, everything's gonna go great and we'll hit our goal. Just taking a quick break, we Uber eated us some super fresh Thai food. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. Curry, And the most important thing is the coconut rice, baby. Oh. All right, so I put the camera down and we just got stuck into it. And as you can see, so much is back together on the 34. We got the oil cooler mounted up in there, perfect. We even had to relocate the little cooler for the power steering. Everything fits in there perfectly, the nice little Yoshimura in there. I wish this kind of wasn't here, and we could put this somewhere else so you could see the nice gold M, but you know, it's all good. I'll live with it for now. What we're doing now is pretty much just putting some gasket goop on that because we didn't get a gasket for the 3-bolt flange. So fingers crossed that holds. But otherwise, that's the final piece to bolt in. Then we got to bleed the radiator in the system, get all the air out of it, and we're ready for the dyno first thing tomorrow morning at 8 AM. And that's about it. Also, this is my friend Luke Soden. He owns a red 34. Unfortunately, right now though, it's impounded. Yeah, yeah. He wasn't doing anything cool though. Unfortunately, no street drifting or anything like that. He's a track only guy. Only sticks to the circuits. Yep. We are nearly done. So close. Look at that beautiful, nice 3-inch downpipe.
I thought you were talking about my face.
Oh, the beard.
It's coming back.
All right, here we go. Oh yeah. Exhaust is a bit too loud, so we got to fix that tomorrow. But otherwise, it's moving by itself now. Haha, this is awesome. Okay, so the car is moving by itself now, which is awesome. We've got a few other tiny things to do. One is we've got to sort out that wastegate outlet pipe. It sounds terrible. So we're gonna get that plumbed in. That'll only take us about an hour. And then I need to change some settings in the ECU so it's a little bit more drivable. Right now it's just dumping a bunch of fuel and fouling out the plugs. So I will update the injector settings in the ECU. That way it'll run a much leaner, more like 12 instead of like 8. And then yeah, pretty much off to the dyno tomorrow. So today's been extremely exhausting. I am really exhausted. I'm looking forward to getting some sleep tomorrow, getting an early night's rest, so that when we go to the event at Archerfield Drift Park, I'm not a complete mess. Sammy's bringing in that 31 right now, which is just so loud. Anyways guys, thanks heaps for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will catch you all in the next video. Ja mata ne.